Hello student, now we are going to study the first lesson of Flamingo prose of class 12th. The name of the first lesson is The Last Lesson by Alphonse Daudet. He is a French novelist and a short story writer. Right. In this chapter, he tells about Franco-Persian War. My dear student, there was a war between France and Persia. Persia at that time consisted of Germany, Poland, and Austria, in which France was defeated. Consequently, two districts of France, Alsace and Lorraine, had passed into Persian hands. As it is said that the past activities decide or influence the present and future activities. So, through this story, we would see the impact of war on the life of school children. Yes, once again we repeat. Flamingo prose, class 12th, lesson first, the last lesson by Alphonse Daudet. Alphonse Daudet, he is a French novelist and a short story writer. He tells about Franco-Prussian War. There was a war between France and Persia. Persia consisted of, at that time, Germany, Poland, and Austria. Understood? In which means the war. The result of the war was France was defeated. Consequently, two districts of France, Alsace and Lauren had passed into Persian hands. As it is said that the past activity decide or influence the present and future activities. So, through this story, we would see the impact of war on the life of school children. In this story, there is a narrator. Narrator, you know that? Who tells this story? Narrator named French. French is the student in the story. Today, he didn't want to go to school as he was already late for the school. One thing. Second, he was in a great dread of scolding. Why was he in a great dread of scolding? Because his teacher, the name of the teacher was his teacher M. Hamill, had asked the students to learn the rules of participles. But French didn't know the first word about them. There were many regions. There were many regions of not going to school, like he wanted to spend his day out of doors as the day was bright and warm. The day was bright and warm. That is why he wanted to spend his day out of the doors as the day was bright and warm. Many reasons were there. First reason was there that he didn't know the first word about them and he wanted to spend his day out of the door. One more thing, the birds were chirping at the edge of the woods, means forest. One more thing he has just seen, that Persian soldiers also were drilling at the back of mill in the open field. FIELD, in the open field. These all things these all things were more tempting means attractive than the rules of participle. But French was having the strength to stop himself out of the school, and he hurried off the school. Means he didn't want to be outside. Something was there that was just pulling him towards the school. So he was just going there. But on the way to school, there was a town hall. Near it, he saw a great crowd at the bulletin board. Last 2 years, all the bad news had come from there. The lost battles, the drafts, means related to military services, orders of commanding officers, He thought about the matter, but he didn't stop there. At the bulletin board, there was a blacksmith with his apprentice. Means learner or helper. He was also there at the time. He said, "Don't go so fast, Bob. You will get to your school in plenty of time." Means he would reach the school timely. But he thought that he yani means blacksmith was making fun of him. That is why he didn't stop there and reached M. Hamel, means the teacher, little garden. That was in the school. So my dear student, this is the first part of this story that is completed. For the next part, you will see the next video. The remaining part will be continued in that video.